It's May 26, 2026. Hi, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel. God has led me to do a video every day this year. This is a two-part overview of all of the miracles that I've discussed here on the installments of Miracle Monday. It's taken me nearly 2 days to complete this video, and I've decided to split it over Monday and Tuesday. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. Here is our first miracle, Reverend Jacob Boga. In 2002, he was diagnosed with stage 4 squamous cell carcinoma in the brain. He underwent radiation and chemo, but one night heard God's voice clearly saying no more treatment. Despite explicit clinical warnings from Dr. La Rocca regarding the life-threatening risks of abandoning oncology care, Boga chose to follow what he believed to be divine direction and stopped his treatments. When he returned to the clinic for his next scheduled follow-up MRI, the scans revealed that the remaining cancer was completely gone and his bone was replaced. Here is Rebecca and Brad. February 2018, Rebecca was diagnosed with a rare and aggressive 10-pound tumour, a liposarcoma. It was wrapped around her kidney, which doctors initially declared inoperable. Through intense faith, prayer, and a surgery where the tumour practically fell out, she experienced a miraculous recovery and remains cancer-free. Here we have James Drain, who had a sudden and spontaneous restoration of his eyesight after 8 years of legal blindness, characterised by a completely blind left eye and heavily distorted vision in his right eye. On the 14th of August 2023, James chose to be water baptised, and the moment he emerged from the water, his vision was immediately and fully restored. The miracle of 14-year-old John Smith involves his sudden and complete recovery with no neurological damage after spending 15 minutes submerged in a frozen Missouri lake and remaining without a heartbeat for over an hour, a phenomenon that occurred immediately after his mother entered the hospital room and prayed. A gripping movie was made regarding this miracle, and it's called Breakthrough. It's definitely worth watching. 25-year-old Ganyu Salayman came to Skoan with a terrible infection in his leg that practically liquefied its insides. The moment hands were laid on him by the late Prophet TB Joshua in prayer, Ganyu experienced an immediate gushing of the liquid from his leg and was instantly able to walk and run without aid. Now we have David Aladeron, who had a rapid recovery from a severe protruding bone fracture and cancer-damaged leg that had left him relying on crutches. After being brought by his mother to the late Prophet TB Joshua, David was immediately able to stand, bear weight and walk without his crutches for the first time. Over the subsequent months, the once protruding dead piece of bone naturally separated and fell out of his leg as new bone tissue completely replaced it, fully closing the open wound and restoring his mobility. On 24th of October 2008, a medical team desperately worked on Dr. George for over an hour following a severe cardiac arrest. He was clinically dead for 85 minutes but experienced a sudden and complete recovery after his wife Sherry prayed a simple prayer by his bedside. With no medical explanation, Dr. George's heartbeat immediately returned, and despite the prolonged lack of blood flow that should have caused irreversible brain death, he woke from his coma 2 days later with all his cognitive and neurological faculties fully intact. Here we have 2 intriguing videos from Evangelista Wilma Liendo involving the lengthening of a young boy and a young girl's leg. These videos occurred several years ago before AI had been introduced, and it's impossible to recreate a leg lengthening miracle such as these. This was a short video of an unknown man whose sight was fully restored after a one-on-one prayer in the streets. Personally, I believe this miracle is true based on the steps of the man after his healing, as he walks as a once was blind person walks. Me myself being nearly blind, I understand why he walks that way. Now we have Boze Stephen. She had a rapid and supernatural recovery from severe life-threatening blood poisoning or sepsis that had left her physically debilitated in agonising pain and facing organ failure. She received prayer by the late Prophet TB Joshua, and she experienced an immediate and powerful physical sensation and reaction that instantly neutralised the toxic illness. She was able to stand up unaided, walk freely and celebrate her complete restoration. This is a YouTuber called Marvelous Marv. on the 19th of February 2026, when Marv was recording a kayaking and fishing trip, he heard a faint, panicked cry for help and tracked the sound to a secluded shoreline where he discovered a severely injured woman who had collapsed on the beach, panicked and was struggling to breathe. He was able to organise help, and emergency services came and took her away to hospital. He thanks God for the miracle of hearing this woman in the strong winds of that day. This is another YouTuber called Paul Bernard II. In this video, Paul talks about finding emotional healing and spiritual reconciliation through the grace of God after the tragic loss of his infant newborn child. He openly shares that while the earthly reality of losing a child feels completely wrong, relying on the Holy Spirit provided him with a supernatural peace that helped heal his shattered heart. This is a video regarding a miracle that occurred in Israel on March 2026. A 12 to 16 metre tall ballistic Iranian missile slammed directly into the asphalt of a busy roadway outside of Jerusalem, directly in front of travelling vehicles. The impact instantly hollowed out traffic signs, obliterated the roadway into a massive crater, and showered the area in heavy debris. Despite the high speed and density of the traffic, only 3 motorists sustained minor to moderate shrapnel injuries, but no one was killed. This is the final story for part 1 of Miracle Monday overview. It's a story of Eric having a documented recovery from severe non-verbal autism following street ministry prayer in Mexico. Eric suffered from significant speech impairments, poor cognitive comprehension, frequent severe temper tantrums, and profound social isolation. Eric experienced an immediate and lasting transformation. His aggressive behaviour and tantrums completely ceased. He began interacting normally with other children, and he was suddenly able to speak clearly, expand his vocabulary, and write his own name. I apologise if I sound so rushed. I was expecting that this whole video would combine every miracle that I had, all 31 of them. But upon deciding that I will leave part 2 for tomorrow, I'm hoping that part 2 will be a little more relaxed and somewhat more enjoyable to watch. I hope you've enjoyed this part 1 of the overview. I hope it encourages and builds your faith for miracles for yourself, for your friends, and for your family. God bless you, and I will see you in another video sometime soon.